Hello, I will be presenting research the World Bank is conducting that use entertainment media approaches with the goal to improve literacy outcomes. For home learning to work, it needs two key ingredients: engaged parents and students, and adequate learning materials. The internet provides a wealth of e-learning resources, though many children lack access to them. Mobile learning can provide such access, as 7 out of 10 adults worldwide own a smartphone, with ownership rates rapidly growing in developing countries. The pandemic offers an opportunity to accelerate innovations against another crisis faced by developing countries, a learning crisis. The home learning formula faces important challenges in many countries. Illiterate parents often feel they cannot help their children's education. In northern Nigeria, less than 1 in 10 parents read to their children, or parents have adverse attitudes towards education, especially girl education. Girls are more likely to drop out of school, and over a third of girls will get married before the age of 15 in northern Nigeria. Children's books are rare at home as well. The language of the learning material is another barrier for learning. In Senegal, over 90% of secondary school students speak a language other than French at home. As a result, they're more likely to perform poorly at school and to drop out. Behavior change campaigns for generalized epidemics like learning poverty requires targeting the general population. This can be very expensive and will require disruptive technologies and new partnerships to produce scalable, low-cost, and cost-effective interventions. To maximize returns to development investments, we first need to know if the innovation works, and if so, for which subpopulations. The World Bank DIME team is testing innovations in over 60 countries. Its program on edutainment, the use of entertainment media for development objectives, shows it can be a cost-effective tool to change attitudes and behaviors at scale. In partnership with the Norwegian Development Agency, or NORAD, we are testing combinations of edutainment with mLearning approaches. A randomized controlled trial of the TV drama MTV Shuga shows that the program alone had large behavior change impacts. Most importantly, these effects were driven by mechanisms unique to edutainment narratives. Viewers reporting greater program immersion and greater emotional connection with characters experienced even larger effects. In the context of school closures and social distancing, we need to make mobile learning work and to test different approaches quickly. In northern Nigeria, we are studying a social norms campaign targeted at parents to improve their self-efficacy beliefs and improve their attitudes towards education. Treatment 2 is a mobile learning reinforcer, where we additionally provided households with smartphones preloaded with literacy apps. The social norms sessions were opened by the community leader who endorsed the norm that education is in line with traditional values. They included edutainment programming, and female NGO facilitators led post-screening discussions, serving as real-world examples of women in leadership roles. A 2-hour digital literacy session was provided to households that received smartphones in treatment 2. These devices were preloaded with 2 apps: Feed the Monster, a gamified app that teaches reading foundations, and the Global Digital Library app, which had hundreds of books in Hausa. Supported by multi-donor initiatives, these apps were designed for low literacy populations using principles of human-centered design. They're also translated into hundreds of languages combined. Before temporarily stopping the 14-month follow-up survey of this trial, we managed to survey 2,200 households of the social arms only, which represented 45% of that study arm sample. With this caveat, preliminary results for this subsample are very encouraging. We observed large increases in parents' educational aspirations for their children and in wanting their girls to get married and to become mothers at later dates. We also see improvement in parents' self-efficacy and educational engagement. Most importantly, we see substantial decreases of children not attending school in March of this year, especially among girls. For the mLearning arm, even though we will have results early next year, Previous quasi-experimental research of Fita Monster with Syrian refugee populations found suggestive evidence of gains in foundational reading skills. We also see positive indicators in a small pilot we conducted as part of our formative research in northern Nigeria. Focus groups showed a motivational effect of receiving such devices. The pilot also shows improvement in digital literacy in the sense that all children learn how to play the game despite not having used smartphones before. We also observed sustained usage for both apps after 2 months. Over half of children finished playing the Feed the Monster game, with evidence of siblings and neighbors playing it too. 2/3 of the children started reading books from the digital library. The internet offers a unique opening to connect billions of households to new opportunities. In Senegal, therefore, we will be studying the impact of a more interactive smartphone. That study will also measure two mechanisms relevant to the EdTech agenda, namely the relative effectiveness of learning to read in one's own language and comparing the relative effectiveness of smartphones versus printed books, the traditional approach of home learning initiatives. With greater internet connectivity, we can move to a new model where impact evaluation research is embedded in the design, pilot, and implementation stages of campaigns, improving their targeting strategies and content in real time. For example, we can A/B test marketing campaigns to increase the likelihood of campaigns going viral, or A/B test edutainment campaigns for parents to continue downloading and using new apps in the long term. Internet connectivity should also help test and personalize further learning materials. Based on game scores, online platforms can recommend learning materials more appropriate for the reader. And of course, literacy apps are just one of many apps that households may find useful. Through internet-connected smartphones, new and better services can reach billions of households at low costs. To conclude, combining persuasive edutainment with development apps can be a game changer, but we need to continue testing different approaches if we want to address the learning crisis in developing countries. Thank you.